Okay, so that was the OCM Botcast episode 36. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So we're gonna wrap up with some comments. Let's get right into this. So, haha, what a story mark says on Nightwalk Vlog episode 25. I'm glad I never became a stoner. Good for you. It's sad when people make their identity about smoking weed. I guess it was cool when we were younger, but after your early 20s, it's not that cool anymore. And it became significantly less cool when it became legal and socially acceptable. It lost its charm. And then DGN Rate says, good point. It's served up on a silver platter for normies without having to engage in the cultures associated with it. I'm a dork, so I never discovered any social circles where weed was available. But if I tried it now, I would score no cool points. Probably shit compared to homegrown anyway. Yeah, I know when I was getting into weed smoking, it connected me with a lot of people. Weed is a great social tool. I'll give you that. Weed is fantastic for meeting new people, hanging out with people, etc. And when it was the naughty thing to do, that definitely added to the overall experience. It was like, God, and maybe this is just me being overly nostalgic, but there was just this sense of it being the mission to go get the weed, and then we gotta not make sure we don't get caught by the cops. Now, I never had any close encounters with the police as far as weed is concerned. I've known guys who have, but I always managed to stay clear of them. But we used to go to the extreme and make sure we'll smoke and then wash our hands, wash our arms, and spray and Visine. I mean, it was like almost like a little secret club. And now, like, I can remember there was a point where my mom, she didn't really like me smoking weed. And it got to a point where she just didn't care anymore. And it's like most people just don't care anymore. I mean, and even you go to the gas station, like corporate gas stations, and they got like all types of like stoner paraphernalia, Bob Marley lighters and book bags, and you have like they selling papers and different CBD products and weed related products, grinders and stuff, and these in corporate like big mega chain gas stations, not even just the corners, like the Arab stores and shit. And I made a post, let's take a moment and be thankful for all that we have. And then Humongous says facts. Swag says thank you, Marco. Yes, buddy says I'm thankful for Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, but seriously, I think that gratitude for the good fortune in your life is something that's important. Never lose sight of the value of your life and the various things that you get to enjoy on a daily basis. I think people taking that for granted is a big reason for a lot of people having sour attitudes and not really enjoying life. So what a story mark says on the Unification Church episode of the podcast. Finally got around to listening to this. I would love a schizoid personality type segment on a future podcast. P.S. Don't worry about the $10. I would just donate it back anyway. P.P.S. That comment at the end around being 5'4" was a misunderstanding when a commenter was talking about a post in a thread of the day or something, not about you. I remember because I think Flim corrected me. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I think a schizoid personality type segment. Yeah, we could go into like some like weird robot tendency mental what would you call it? I don't want to say it the wrong way. But you know, some people do tend to suffer from things like schizoid personality disorder, avoidant personality disorder, straight up schizophrenia, BPD. And so, yeah, having an episode about something like that'll be a good idea. King Angus says on the Ape Shit beat, you ever gonna put some lyrics behind this? I wrote a song to it, but it didn't come out the way that I wanted to. But I know why you say that, because that beat is really dope. That's the Ape Shit beat. And that was gonna be on the Super Saiyan Kush 2 mixtape, but I never could write a good song for it. So it's been just kind of sitting around. But maybe I'll go back and do something with it. Bilal says on the Nightwalk episode of How to Be a Neat, this whole concept of being a robot is new to me, but I have been night walking since I was a teen. I guess robot just translates to men that are nerdy outcasts, not desirable by mainstream society. Exactly. You know, the whole robot term goes back to R9K, of course, and R9K has always been seen as a board for like loser, weirdo men who aren't good with women and outcasts in society and shit like that. And you know, it's a lot of times it's associated with depression and a lot of negativity. And I think I came from a similar background, but managed to dig myself out of the negative aspects of or out of that negative zone mentally, and became very happy and overcame a lot of my personal traumas, and you know, got into self-improvement. You guys know I'm a very positive, happy person, but I still have a fondness for the concept of the robot. Because despite all my growth and change and being happy, you know, I still feel like an outcast in a way, but in a good way. I still feel different. I still feel weird. I feel like I've been able to grow into a happy person without shedding the aspects of myself that made me unique. Cause you see some guys, they say, okay, I'm about to start getting bitches. Let me act cooler, and I'm gonna dress this way. You know, but I still do pretty much what I want to do as far as how I carry myself. You know, I'm more accepting of who I am. I'm more confident in who I am. You know, I managed to turn my weirdness into my own power in a way. So Humongous says on the Starvana beat, I have a girlfriend now. She's the best person I've met in 20 years. Oh, that's great. Let's give Humongous a round of applause. And I mean that. I'm not being cheeky. I'm not being cheeky. It must be a great feeling to get a girlfriend, and you know, to have those experiences of having a girlfriend, and not only that, but to say she's a good person. That's great. That's what I want to hear. You know, I don't want to just hear, oh, I got laid and this and that. No. Is your significant other a good person? I think that's the main thing. Is she attractive and a good person? Then I can really be happy for you. So Mark says on the why being a single virgin doesn't stop my happiness video, love your attitude. Is almost like you have reverse depression. I love that. Because that's exactly how I feel. Like, it's just like I can't help. Right? Like, man, I can't help but smile and just have a positive outlook on things. But from the outside looking in, it's a combination of everything. You have music, you have your gaming streams, you have had a nice part-time job, you're physically fit, and you don't have the pressure and anxiety that a girlfriend and wife can create. I also think that you have to go through the depths of depression and sadness in order to attain a higher level of appreciation of life. Yeah, when you go through some shit, you appreciate the little things more. I remember, you guys know I had an episode where I talked about my step nigga, my mom's husband, who was a crackhead. And I mean, I hated that motherfucker. Fuck that nigga. Fuck him alive. Fuck him dead. Fuck him. I hate that nigga. But he was a very bad person. And when we finally got him out of this house, I mean, just the whole vibration of the home changed. I never forgot that shit. It was just like such a relief. Like, whoa. You know, like in a horror movie, when they finally kill the killer, when they finally kill Jason, when they finally kill Leatherface or Michael Myers, the slasher killer, when you finally chop his head off or shoot him dead and the cops show up and they wrap the blanket around the last female survivor. That's how it felt. It was like, finally, it's like that level of relief. And going through shit like that, man, I mean, and my mom says it a lot, you know, it made her appreciate having a peaceful home a lot more. I remember she was telling me like years later she was in a relationship with a guy and he wanted to move in and she was like, no. She was like, no, because she never wants to go through that shit again. She never. But you know, stuff like that and different things that I've been through is part of the reason why I think I'm so happy, because, you know, life wasn't always what it is now for me. And even just enjoying the little things means an immense, it means a lot to me, very much. Bilal says on the same video, for some people being single feels like torture because that is their baseline in terms of suffering. Only people that have lived without or have gone through some level of real suffering will appreciate the basic things in life. For some people, just being single and going home alone every day feels like hell. But for some people, it can feel like a paradise. Yeah, dude, I mean, when I look at my little room, my room is small, bro. My room is small. I ain't getting no bitches with this, but when I say I love my little space in the world, I got my back door I can open, go straight outside and look, you know, especially during the summer, I go outside and the sun is out and I can get a workout in and then go running or whatever. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like I got my own little slice of paradise, my own little space, you know. So stuff like being single and, you know, it's whatever to me. And again, I think the problem that a lot of people have, they always think about the best case scenario. They think about the 500 days of summer, early 20s, love and romance with a pixie cut hair girl, whatever the hell you call it. They don't think about the downsides. They don't think about when a relationship doesn't work out, when that bitch is crazy, or when she cheats on you or whatever. I mean, and so I think I'm just someone, I look at both sides of the coin. I see the good, I see the bad. And I think when you take everything into consideration, being single just doesn't seem that bad. It doesn't seem that bad. And it's especially considering the fact that realistically, I'm not even in position to have quality female options. So it's like, it's not even, it's not even something I should be thinking about. So Bilal says on the same video, same guy, same video, this is the beauty of when a boy becomes a man. You are now a leader, no longer confined by society's narrative. You're like the golden virgin boy that was brought to earth to save mankind from the pitfalls of meaningless, hedonistic pleasures. You might be a virgin, but you have ascended mentally. Good job, my ninja. Thank you, Bilal. You understand. You get it. You know, I'm gonna do a video. Another video about why I'm so happy and positive. That's not really connected to the whole virgin thing. But I can like you see how I've grown and, like, as you say, ascended mentally, and how important that is. Because I see sometimes some people don't really understand. They don't really understand that aspect of my character. You know, I've seen people just completely judge me based on the fact that I live with my mom, you know, or I don't have money, and that's just the end of it. And, you know, that's something that I definitely want to set straight, because I think that part of the problem is that we measure our own value and the value of other people in a very narrow-minded way. And there are many different ways to grow as a man, as a woman, as a human being outside of financial and whatnot. You know, now that's definitely something that I need to get in order. But man, when I tell you the importance of developing yourself mentally and physically, and the relationship that you have with yourself, I mean, dude, it's priceless. It's priceless. Outlaw Taku says on the same video, I agree with your sentiments. Life is great when you live in a first world country, but I don't think anyone would mind upgrading for free. That's how I view girlfriends and intimate relationships. It's not the sundae, but the cherry on top that enhances the experience. Yeah, dude, don't get me wrong. I would love to have a cute girlfriend who has a respectable personality and is of good character. I would love that. I would welcome that experience with open arms. But not having it is not going to prevent me from being happy. That is my main point. I'm not saying it like I don't see the value of it, like I wouldn't like to have it. I just think that, one, I don't need it, and two, trying to get it can be too difficult in of itself. You know, a lot of people oversimplify it and just say, well, I'm a virgin, I don't have sex, I don't have a girlfriend. They don't look at the complex nature of trying to actually do these things and how much it can cost you. Because I've seen people firsthand who get the girlfriend, but ultimately she ends up only holding him back, destroying his life in various ways. You know, again, I've talked about my friend. You know, his girl has called the police on him and shit like that. Like, that's the other side of the coin. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna get a girlfriend and everything works out. Some guys are dealing with their girl calling the cops on them. Some guys are dealing with their girl cheating on them. Some guys are dealing with their girl lying and saying I was on birth control. She wasn't. Now she's having her kid. Oh, by the way, I'm fucking crazy. And this is 18 years of child support. That's real shit. Detox says on the Clown World song, God, listened to this back in the day when I was in a real shit part of life. From October 2019 to May 2020 was when I listened to this. I've grown and matured so much and I forgot what this sounded like. I've already got some classics, man, but just wait for the 9003. I'm telling you. So Mark says on the, this is when I asked what my favorite PS1 game was. He says, I knew it. I think you had mentioned it on one of your gaming channel streams, and it stuck with me because I never heard of it. Don't worry about the $10. Put it towards the next gaming purchase. And then Stowe Shinnet says, dude, grab that cash. Oh man, but yeah, Buster Groove is my favorite PS1 game. When I was working, I dropped. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but I dropped $100 on a physical copy of that game. I love it so much, man. I'll never forget. My first introduction to the series was Buster Groove 2 on a demo disc. We went to Blockbuster, and there was Buster Groove 1 for rent, I think. And what happened? I think I rented it and I played it. The second I got home, I was just playing it. And when I was done, I think my mom had rented movies and they were watching the movies in my sister's room. Then I went to my sister's room with my mom and her, and I think we watched like Hollow Man or something. But yeah, man, that game just takes me back to my childhood every time. I still love that game. BT says on the Life is Neat video, I stumbled upon this here scrolling as I do most evenings before bed. I thought it was just some song someone reposted with a funny title and an anime pic, but I'm glad I listened longer than 10 seconds. I usually do. You're pretty good, friend. I like this here music you make. I'm glad I made it out of the neat cycle. I miss the field some days, but I know I would not be here right now if I didn't make the change that I did. Congratulations, man. You know, for quite a while, I wasn't a neat either. Oh man, but it's always good to know that, you know, people appreciate my music. I think when I made Life is Neat, that's kind of when I crossed that threshold and actually becoming semi-decent. I listen to it now and I just hear the imperfections, so it's hard for me. But I'm glad that you know, people still love and appreciate that song so much. It's just that as an artist, I feel like I've grown beyond at least the quality of the production and whatnot, but you guys have a more objective view of it than I do, so it's good for that. Moonbase says on the Why We Love Vegeta video, Dragon Ball Super actually exposed Goku's flaws in a tournament of power. Because his selfish desire to fight put so many other universes at stake, but they let him beat Jiren anyway, so he continues living in his bubble like you said. So trash, dude. I'm gonna do a video on this. I'm gonna do a video called The Problem with Anime Morality. Don't worry, I'm about to shut this shit down. I just did the Chainsaw Man video and people got mad. I'm about to put my foot down on this shit. We gotta talk about this, bro. Cause I always hated that shit. Don't worry, I got you. So I asked, will Chad Marco die a virgin? And Kasir Ram says, no way. You already 74% ascended. You know what? I really don't know. I know I've become a great man in my own way. Maybe not by society standards, but you know what? I love myself to fucking death. I wouldn't want to be anybody else on this planet. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I love being Chad Marco to death. I am in love with myself. Damn. And that's because of that 74% ascension. But obviously, you know, I need to get to a point where I'm making good money, move out, you know, got a truck. That's cool. But, you know, that was a hand-me-down, whatever. But that's going to happen. This year, moving forward, those are the things that I'm focused on, as well as my music and being a successful content creator, you know. And with those things, I can see why you would say that, you know, because you guys see my trajectory. You see how I'm getting better and better every year. I'm becoming more responsible and things like that. And I'm a good person, a damn great person, I'd say. So why not me? Why not me get pussy? But dude, I'm telling you, it's possible I could die. It's possible. Because I have such an unwillingness to put effort into it. I wouldn't say it's the problem, but I think if I remain a virgin, that's gonna be why. Even now, I could lose it if I put in effort, but I can't. Anytime I think about trying, it's like, you know how when you start a car and it's like, yeah, and it turn right back off? That's me. Whenever I think about doing anything to get a girl, yeah, and it turn right. I can't bring myself to play those stupid fucking games and just the whole ego that women have about wanting to be chased and shit like that. Like I can't do it. And so it would have to be just a matter of just me becoming so attractive, or just obviously someone that a girl want to be with, that, you know, she at least meets me halfway, and then something can start from there. But it's possible. I'd say it's a 50-50 fucking chance whether I die a virgin. It's a coins flip chance. I'm telling you, it's possible.